Moving on now, the coronavirus pandemic has made the world go virtual, and as the deadly virus continues to rage, people across the world are now turning to COVID-19 related applications to figure out their day-to-day risks. Our next report tells you more.
Two college students from Carnegie Mellon University in Pennsylvania have developed an interactive app that displays with one click real-time data of COVID-19 cases and deaths in each country around the world.
Basically, go on the website, you'll see a globe of the entire world, and you can click on any country in the world and you'll get the most recent active cases, the number of deaths, and the number of recoveries in that country.
They say their COVID Visualizer is the first app to present up-to-the-minute COVID-19 data in a three-dimensional format.
There are others that do sort of this 2D map, but we believe that it's sort of more intuitive to be able to see everything in sort of 3 dimensions and be able to relate things much easier.
Physicians Liz Goldberg and Megan Rainey from Brown University in Rhode Island have developed an app as well. My COVID Risk was designed to help people assess their risk of getting the virus in specific situations and events.
The idea of this app is that before you go to the event, you can put in all the things you know that you might encounter, such as how many people are there, whether masks will be worn, how big the space is, and what type of activities you'll be doing. And then you get an idea of what your risk would be in contracting COVID if you decide to attend that event.
The doctors say they wanted to help people calculate the risks of doing the things they want to do in their lives.
As emergency physicians, Dr. Goldberg and I were constantly being asked by friends and family, is this safe to do? Is this safe to do? And we try to provide our best guesses based off of the science that we know.
Professor Rajat Mittal has developed a formula to help predict the risk of transmission of COVID-19 through airborne transmission. But Professor Mittal isn't turning his formula into an app. Apps can tell you your risk of doing something like going to the store or meeting with friends, but are not a guarantee against contracting the virus, he says.
The power of it is not necessarily to be able to give you an absolute estimate of risk, but more a relative estimate of risk. That if I'm going inside a place where there's 5 people versus 20 people, how much does my risk go up? Relative values is the key, and I think that's good enough to be able to kind of drive behavior.
As the world struggles with the pandemic, people are turning to apps to decide about their day-to-day risks. Julie Tabo, VOA News.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.